How's practice been this week after the celebrations?
Well, it's funny.
Stuff,
I was telling them yesterday after practice, going into the Mississippi State game, I thought our practice was very good. Now, the last two practices hadn't been as good, and you know, you just try to explain to your team that's why you played well, because you practice well. You play like you practice. So hopefully we'll come in here today and have a good practice.
Do you think that's a result of a confidence boost or anything like that after the win?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we went in there. We did some things really, really well. We did some things not so good, and so that's why you have to practice and get better on the things that you're not doing well. So that's something that we're trying to do this week, work on some things that we really didn't do well last game.
Curious, I mean, you guys, the third quarter obviously didn't go the way you guys had wanted, and then, you know, you get like, what, 2 or 3 minutes in between the quarters to kind of settle them down or whatever. You know, what happens in that time that, you know, I mean, obviously you guys had a great fourth quarter. So
well, I kept telling them, you know, there's going to be ups and downs in the game, in every game. They're going to make a run, we're going to make a run. And then, you know, I felt we lost focus right when they made that run. And then the crowd got back into it and that type of stuff. So my biggest thing was get focused. They weren't turning us over like they wanted to. We just had to take better shots and play better defense and rebound the ball and get out on the break. And we were able to hit some big shots and get back into the game and then execute down the stretch.
You guys made a concerted effort to make your schedule better this year. When you win a game like that, does it show you, like, hey, we made the right decision?
Oh, I don't know. If we lost that game, we may not be standing here saying that. No, I mean, it's great to play those type of teams, but you have to beat some of them. I mean, it's one thing to, you know, make your schedule tougher, but you have to win some of them games or it really doesn't help you. So that was a big win on the road, not at a neutral site, but on our home floor. So we have some other big games coming up on a neutral site, and we'll see where we're at after the non-conference schedule.
Carey obviously had a double-double before fouling out. And I mean, you've expected that from her all year. The fact that she does it against a quality opponent, does that kind of help her progression? Or,
I hope so, because, I mean, she could have a double-double every game. I mean, she's that type of player, and it was good to see her really engage on the boards and engage scoring, looking to score and that type of stuff. So, you know, hopefully that'll be a springboard for her to start playing now, because we really need her. We need that force inside a little bit like her, and she's so physical. We need that in there, and she was very physical. And I thought Blessings played better, had 11 rebounds, and that's something we really needed. And, you know, I thought overall our team was very focused. But again, you know, we come in here the last 2 days, wasn't focused in practice. You know, you try to tell them, hey, we're not as good as you all think you are. We won the A game. But, you know, you play in games like you practice. So we got to get them focused again in practice.
How about KK? I mean, where'd she come from?
Well, you know, if you remember the beginning of the year, she came in. I mean, KK is capable of scoring double figures every game also. I mean, we have a lot of people that's capable of scoring double figure. Esmeri, KK, you know, you have Tynese and Kaiser and Madison and all that. But KK came in and they kind of didn't guard her. You know, they were really trying to stop Kaiser and Tynese. They were just face guarding them all over, and it left other people open. And when they did that, she was able to hit shots, and some big shots going down the stretch. So it was great for her to come in and do that.
Carey said she hasn't been around a girl who loves the game as much as KK does in a while. Do you see that too?
Well, she enjoys playing. She plays hard and all that. So, you know, she's a type player my type of player that I have to calm down. You know what I mean? I like players like that. I got to say, you just got to calm down a little bit. You're playing too hard, too fast. You know, the players that you have to keep saying you're not going hard and all that are the ones that usually don't produce. But once she gets under control more and understands what we want a little bit more, she's going to be a really good player too. I've said that all along. I love our freshmen, KK and Esmeri and even Rochelle. I love our 3 freshmen right now, so it's something to build on in the future.
Carey said she's been working a lot on her guard skills in the offseason. How have you kind of seen that part of her game develop, and how does that impact what she can do for your team?
Well, it does. I mean, she's making moves now out on the perimeter that she never made before, and pull-ups and all that. Before, she'd always just want to try to go power to the rim. Now she understands a pull-up and ball handling's better and passing's better. We had to put her at the 5 a few times on that against their big girl, and we did. We just ran quick hitters. We got her in space on their big girl, and she was able to score on her. And that's something we have to do. When Carey does go to the 5 and they have a big, slower girl on her, then we have to run quick hitters for her and get her in space on that player.
You mentioned, you can rattle off 9, 10 names on this roster that could produce. It's still a process of getting all those pieces to fit. Are those pieces beginning to fit now, you think?
They are, but they still have to understand one game they're going to leave you open and not somebody else. And then one game, because of the matchups, you're not going to play the minutes that you normally play because it's not a good matchup. And we have the luxury this year of we can get good matchups because we have a bench. And that's going to be the biggest thing because it's hard. I can't keep all of them happy. I mean, I'll tell you what I did. I brought them all in there and talked to them. I said, and I went down the line to all of them and said, how many minutes would you like to play a game? Well, they went down the line and I think it was 300 and some minutes.
Right, you needed like 4 overtimes.
Well, there's no way that I can keep all of them happy. And I said, there's only so many minutes. So some of you not going to be happy sometimes. Some of you are and all that, but I can't keep all you happy based on how many minutes you think you ought to play. And that's where they've got to learn it's about the team, it's not about the individual.
4 overtime games.
Yeah. And then they'll need a coach because I'll have a heart attack and died, so it won't matter about time. But, it's just everybody wants to play, and I understand that. I wouldn't want them here if they didn't want to play. But there's only so many minutes. That people can play.
As Mary was a player you were kind of talking up in the beginning of the season, how do you see she's coming along at this point in the season?
Oh, she's coming along. She's a freshman. Her defensively, she still, needs to continue to learn. Offense, she hits the boards as hard as any freshman I've ever had. Even as Carey, she crashes the board. She can put it on the floor. She can shoot the 3. Now, right now, she's feeling her way a little bit within the system and that, but I have a lot of confidence in that as Mary put her in against anybody at any time.
Carey said she's kind of taking Esmeri under her wing. What kind of challenges does Esmeri kind of present coming as a non-English speaker?
Well, that's the biggest challenge. I'm always telling them talk, and she's not sure what she's saying out there to be communicating, and once she learns that and the terminology and what to say and what not to say, she's going to be a great player. The future is bright for her. She can score inside out. She can run. She's athletic enough to guard anybody on the floor, and she's very aggressive.